Hey everyone, I bought out another collection and I want to show it to you. But before I do this, I think I should do a quick public service announcement. I'm doing these kind of videos because I think they're always very interesting and cool. And I saw a lot of other YouTubers do these videos where they buy out a big personal collection and then they kind of go through it on YouTube and they harvest out all the good bits and you get to see how they did, right? And I noticed that I was, well, getting inspired by these videos, if you will. And I realized that I could run the small risk of potentially doing the same thing to someone else. So if you see something like this and you end up thinking, hey, I want to do this and go online and buy a collection and see if I can maybe make money out of it or keep some of it from my personal collection. Just wanted to put out a little, word of caution to be safe around these kind of things. Like you see me bringing this collection into my house ostensibly, but what's happening in reality is that I make a video like this, maybe take out a couple cards, and then I immediately move these cards out of the house again. I have a safety deposit box at a bank nearby where I keep all of my valuable Pokemon stuff. And there's really very little of value in the house. So it's more of just a kind of be safe warning, right? So make sure that your house is up to scratch. This could be cameras, alarms. We have all of that. As well as just, remove the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, if you will. So all my valuable slabs, all my big singles, it's all, not stored at home. So if you do end up pursuing something like this, just a little, word to the wise. Think about how you want to store stuff and what you're comfortable with. Other than that, no more boring talk, and let's get into the video. Alright, so this time I bought a collection that mainly consists of a bunch of binders and kind of the high-end hollows and singles already top-loaded. And I'll just take you through everything and, pause at specific stuff if it demands pausing. So I think this binder is a lot of master sets, but the big hollows were kind of harvested, right? So when I came to buy the collection, they had everything out on display, and I think they took out all the valuable cards to give me an idea of what I was looking at. So these will probably be more like the common, uncommon, regular rares, master sets. And we can see all the Neo stuff here, some E-series. And most of the reverses are still in there, which in the case of, Expedition won't be that valuable. But still, a lot of very cool cards. Sandstorm. And most of this collection, which is one of the big reasons why I bought it, is in very, very good condition, which is tricky to get. Dialga reverse, and for stuff this old. Now we're getting into the Neo Destiny. I always really love this Espeon. More E-series, so it's a little bit all over the place, as you can see. This Togepi has one of my favorite artworks. I think it's so cute. Even some base. We saw a bunch of Rocket. And yeah, so I think, when I finish sorting all of this, I should have most of the kind of Gen 1, Gen 2 things master setted. Here, cool oversized promo, not for play use. All the Gym Heroes Gym Challenge, Hollow Gym Leaders. Very cool cards. And then there's some kind of, they did all this like arts and crafts stuff with their old booster boxes, etc. So, yeah. Some Team Rocket, Dark Jolteon, First Ed. Then all of these hollows are kept separately. The Flareon in first edition as well. Squirtle. They missed a hollow here. Dark Gary. And there's a couple of first editions in here. And other than that, I just think that the master set is basically complete. So that's the first binder. So a lot of the kind of base set stuff. I'm probably gonna take everything out of this binder and just harvest the binder pages, because this thing is hard to work with. And this is what I kind of meant when I talked about arts and crafts stuff. So they took all their like old booster packs and stuck it onto the binder, which is a little worse for wear. Yeah, it's just stuff. I have this little binder. I'm not sure what was in here. Some more like loose Neo cards. Some reverses. I think this might have just been some duplicates. Some Expedition. And some WotC promos. Zapdos, Mew, Pikachu. Well, cute. Then I have some random binder pages like this, right? With all the kind of packs that they used to open. So they did their like own little art sets, but yeah. I guess that's mainly trash. Then one of the big pieces, one of the reasons that I really wanted this collection, is a Southern Islands set. So this box in its sealed condition right now is worth like 3.5 to 4K. At least that's what I think the fair market price is. And the sealed box used to contain this binder, the Southern Islands, well, master set basically, which contains 18 cards, 6 postcards, and 3 Neo booster packs. And I think it was 2 Neo Genesis, 1 Neo Destiny, but I'll have to look that up. Now, obviously, those packs are like 500 to 700 each, so that represents a big chunk of the value. But even a good, Southern Islands master set is gonna be worth something. And you can see, all of these Southern Islands sets comprise like a location on the island, and they come with like 3 cards per location. There's some random stuff in here, some more promos, and then here we're getting into the Southern Islands stuff, and you can see that these artworks. Okay, you see the Lickitung Vileplume Primeape matches that scene, right? The first jungle scene. Now I'm gonna show this to you, and then I'm probably immediately taking this all out, because I think these are in prime condition and there are some grading candidates in here. English Southern Islands is very difficult to grade. If you go to like the PSA population, you will see very, very few 10s. So even getting something in a 10 would be a lovely achievement. And this is the master set, right? You're looking at it. It's only 18 cards. So yeah, very cool. The Mew is the big card in the set. And the Togepi and the Slowking are kind of runner-ups. Then 4th and 5th place are the Marill and the Ladaba, and the Vileplume is kind of the last of the hollows. And I have no clue what these run for in PSA 10s, but I know it's a pretty penny. And then there's some other random cards in here, some non-hollow Neo cards, legendary dogs, the birds, and some more promos. Yeah, so I think they just turned this into one big kind of promo binder alongside the Southern Islands. Another one of the Zapdos WotC promos, and the other ones now as well. And the Light Jolteon, again, one of my favorite artworks. Look at that, isn't it cute? And here we have the other 3 scenes that are in the Southern Islands master set. And I believe originally you get like 6 postcards that match all of these sets. But yeah, very, very cool. You don't see a Southern Islands set like this very often. Here you can see the binder, and it's, like I said, in very good condition. So I'm gonna carefully put that away. Then I have a whole lot of binder pages. And I'm not sure they pre-harvested this for me. I'm not really sure what all of it is, but I think it's essentially just more of the master sets. But they've kind of put everything in a bit of a color-coded or type-coded sorting, which means that from a set perspective, it's completely out of whack. Here, the New Destiny Umbreon, Sandstorm Umbreon, reverse. Very, very cool cards. And they might not be, you know, big hollows, but I know that these cards can still be quite valuable, especially if they're in good condition. A little bit of, well, a Japanese card, I should say. And one of the things, you know, the set had Southern Islands, that was great, but one of the main things that stood out to me is the insane amount of E-Series cards. So they have a huge amount of E-Series in here. And it's not just Sandstorm and Expedition. There's also a lot of Aquapolis, a lot of Sky Rage. And it's typically in very, very good condition. So the hollows that the set came with are already awesome. Also in good condition. I'm definitely going to be trying to grade a few of those. But I think the kind of long tail value proposition is completely present here as well. Like there's so many like small commons, uncommons, rares that I think will fetch, you know, a couple bucks each. That just having that insane quantity, I don't know, it's very appealing. I think it makes for a very, 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 very interesting deal. So I really, really wanted this collection. The entirety was 16,000 euros. So I think that's like $18,000. I'll put the amount on screen. And by now you're probably thinking, man, you are definitely not at that amount yet. But like I said, all the good hollows are still on their way. And you can see that there's quite a nice bit of value in these binder pages already. Well, you saw the Southern Islands set and a bunch of WotC promos. But it's truly only the beginning. I mean, it's gonna get pretty crazy. And then this is the last binder, and then I'm gonna show you all the top-loaded hollows. So these are a bunch of EX cards, and there's some nice ones in here, but the condition of this binder is easily kind of the roughest. So these cards are in pretty poor condition. Here, let me show. There's also just like some gum or something there. Here you can see this Blastoise, like there's a corner crease, the edges are all fucked up. The back has a huge amount of whitening, some scratches. So this is like, well, anything with a crease I would call poor or damaged. But if you know, show this with a picture, then you could say played. Maybe the back can go for LP. But you know, that really impacts the value of cards like this. So there's still a lot of cool cards, but they might fetch like a buck or two each. Whereas in good condition, I think some of these cards can go up to, you know, 50 to 100. Like here, same for this Mega Blastoise. I have this, I think, in a PSA 8, and it's like $100 in that state. But here you can just see that it's completely messed up. So I have no clue what this will be worth, but a fraction of that. And it's kind of the same for all of these, right? Like this Gyarados is very cool. This Alakazam, Mega Alakazam is cool. I think this is the Fates Collide one. This is in, like, for the sake of this binder, in okay condition. I would say it's in kind of good condition. I think the American equivalent would be like moderately played. So yeah, there's definitely some value here, but there's also just a lot of cards that have been completely run over. So it'll just be something to go through one by one and determine if we have a few cards, you know, where we will get lucky on. But this is not why I, again, bought this collection. I really viewed this whole binder as like a nice bit of extra. I'm sure I will be pleasantly surprised by some of the cards in here. And some oversized cards. I think some of these are maybe worth a couple bucks. I think this Venusaur is the coolest. I think this in its condition is like 15 bucks, something like that. Yeah, I never really deal in these oversized cards, but hey, when they come with the whole package, then why not? All right, so this is the first stack of hollows, and let me take you through them. So it's a lot of complete sets from Gen 1, Gen 2, and in pretty good condition. So we have Pidgeot, Jungle, Neo Magneton, Neo Destiny, Magnemite, Fortress, Muk from Fossil, Neo Destiny, Wobbuffet, Jungle, Vileplume, Victory Bell, Yanma, I'm not gonna call out the sets every time. Some base set, Nidoqueen, Unknown, Jirachi, very cool card, Hypno, Skarmory, Dark Celebi, again, card I rarely see, very, very cool. Stamped Lunatone, Lapras, Hitmonlee, first edition Machamp, the only card where I think first edition means nothing. Electrode, Magneton, another Electrode, Scyther, Hypno, Haunter, Crawdaunt, Jumpluff, Ditto, Latias, Dark Arbok, Wigglytuff, Electrode, Sableye from Sandstorm, Jumpluff, Politoed, Heracross, Dark Alakazam, Pichu, Dark Persian, Vaporeon, and let's just check a few. Alright, so this one has a top corner that's a bit busted. This Articuno is looking really good. Dark Duck Trio, Fossil Gengar, Alakazam, nice Neo Destiny, Houndoom Hollow, Poliwrath, Porygon Promo, Dark Machamp, Dark Ampharos. I think the starters are all in, no, not all in Dutch. So this Charizard is in Dutch. Base set Charizard in Dutch, in very good condition. Venusaur is in English. Also pretty good condition. Blastoise is in English. Okay, this is lightly played. Turtwig, Corphish, Ammonite. Here these old E-Series EXs, Sandstorm, Aerodactyl EX. Very, very cool. Watsy Eevee promo. Jigglypuff, Darkrai, Jirachi stamped, and Kabutops Sandstorm EX, also old EX artwork, very cool. So these are the first batch of hollows, and in comparison to what's coming, they are the okay hollows. So I have these little boxes that I use, but I ran out, so I had to put the rest in tins. And they are old photo or picture boxes, right? When you still used to print pictures, you would put them in these little cases, but they perfectly fit two top loaders side by side. So it makes for a nice snug fit for when you're transporting stuff. So I really like those. Typhlosion, Shining Gyarados, obviously a very big card. Shining Magikarp, Umbreon from Neo Destiny, another, and another. So 3 good quality Moonbryons. I mean, you rarely see them this good. 4 Ancient Muse. 2 Lugias. Nice swirl on this one. And again, really nice quality. Magneton, Kangaskhan, Moltres, Dark Hypno, pre-release Stamp Aerodactyl, Gary, Azumarill, the 3 dogs. This Entei is the only kind of bad card. Oh well. Starmie, and another dog. All right, case number 2. Fraligator, Infernape, level X, Mr. Mime, Magneton, Shiftry, Seeking, Meowth, Numel, Sandstorm, Typhlosion, EX. These like silver border E-series cards, I think they look so cool. They're so unique. Like, you can recognize that artwork anywhere. It's kind of only from this brief era. The dogs again in Japanese. The Neo Houndoom Hollow. Very, very cool card. Ho-Oh, Dark Houndoom. Another Dark Houndoom. This one with a fat swirl on the left. First edition Misdreavus. Mewtwo. Dragonite promo, and it's got the first movie stamp. Kids Warner Brothers. Lapras EX, Electivire level X, Mew promo, Aggron EX, Wailord EX. So a lot of these E-series EX hollows. Next box. Dark Blastoise Hollow from Rocket. Dark Charizard Hollow from Rocket. Another very big card. Charizard. Chansey. Base set 2 Clefable. Flareon. Delibird. Kabutops. Light Togetic. Blossom. Dark Vileplume with a nice swirl. Meganium. Dark Dragonite from Rocket. Very clean. Gold Star Mew, another Gold Star Mew, Crystal Charizard from Skyridge. I mean, it's completely busted up, but I'm still gonna grade it. Like, even in a PSA 1, it's a very valuable card. And I've never owned it, so very cool. Neo Entei. And the Gold Stars, by the way, I'll show you. One is in pretty good condition and one is pretty busted up. So here you can see the bad one. Corners are fucked. It's got a crease top right. And this is the much better one. It's definitely got some edge wear, but the hollow is good and the back is pretty good as well. So I think this could get a 6 and the other one is probably a 1 or a 2. Dragonite, Ninetales, Moltres, Pichu. But yeah, this definitely had some big heat with all the Rocket hollows. And Zard and the Gold Stars. Very, very big box. Shining Raichu. Dark Scissor. One of my favorite cards ever. This Dark Espeon. Absolutely love, like Espeon has some of the coolest, like most trippy artwork, so I absolutely love it. Slowking, 4 of these, or 3, and I'll probably see one later. This first edition Neo Celebi, amazingly beautiful card. I really, really love this. Fraligator, another very cool promo card, Birthday Pikachu. Look at this. I mean, it's not in optimal condition, but it's in really good condition. Hitmonchan, Poliwrath, another one of those Aerodactyls, Jolteon, Nidoking, some more Typhlosions, some more Heat, Shining Mewtwo, Kingdra. Here's a first edition version of that Slowking with a swirl. Another one of those Slowkings, Jirachi, and then 3 of the Neo Destiny Espeon Hollows. Also, absolute bangers. Absolute bangers. And then last box, last but maybe least, maybe not, I don't know. I know we've seen a lot of the really heavy hitters. Don't expect anything bigger than Gold Stars and Crystal Zards. Dark Raichu, the original secret rare. Love this card. Zapdos, Snorlax, Kabutops, Flareon, Raichu, Dark Magneton, Jolteon, Vaporeon, another Pidgeot, Porygon 2, Hollow Tyranitar from Neo, awesome card, Scizor, Clefable, Smeargle, Hitmontop, Ursaring, and Blissey. Yeah, so this was a normal box of hollows. But yeah, what do you think? I am super stoked about this collection. I mean, it's a huge collection. It's also a huge amount of money to spend. I will be sending an amount off to grade. I'll probably do a PSA submission video after I've kind of gone through all of these and see which makes sense to send off for grading. And then the rest, I plan to keep some, and I plan to sell off a bunch of singles. And I have a pretty good feeling that I think I can break even and definitely make some money. But it's obviously a big collection and it will take a good amount of time. So yeah, that was it. I'm not sure which video is going to go out first. I have a collection review here and I bought another collection a while back. And I am properly stocked up now. So it might be a while until I buy something like this again. It's gonna take me a long time to go through all of it. If you're interested in any of it, please visit my shop. I'll link it down below. And yeah, let me know what you think and see you in the next one.